This is LTTA Talk.
How is your relationship with your mom?
There is no relationship right now.
At all? Wow.
No. So she was not my sister. She was actually my father's mistress's daughter that he had for 20 years.
I remember the first time I had to sit with the fact that I had mother wounds because I was in denial. My therapist had me read a book, and it's Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers.
Jesus.
Girl.
Read that?
Yes, I have.
She said I have. Yep.
Did you play sports growing up?
I did.
Did she go to your games?
No.
The first time I ever saw my mom different was literally 3 weeks ago.
I had chills.
First time I saw her as a miracle and not a burden. Ever.
When I started going to therapy and had to sit with it, it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because
Woo! So y'all, what's the topic today?
Mother wounds.
Right? Yeah, but you said it like
Carla was the one that brought it up.
yeah.
I remember it. It's such a significant part of my life and my story and my journey that it just doesn't go away. So I feel like sometimes there are certain traumas that we have and people are like, I just get over it. And it's like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm moving through that journey and I'm working through it, but I can't just get over it because it's an everyday reality for me.
Yeah.
We see moms on TV. We see friends that are being moms. I'm a mom on a daily basis. Like, it doesn't go away. So now I'm a mom, so I'm constantly thinking of what a mom is supposed to be, look like, what example am I taking? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be that. I'm trying to change it. But then there's times that I revert and I'm like, I'm doing that just like that. And that's exactly what I didn't like. So that's why I'm constantly talking about it, just because I need to continue to heal on a daily basis. But there's so many women that have not seen someone that looks like us, that does what we do, and that can really be transparent about what we're feeling.
How is your relationship with your mom?
There is no relationship right now.
At all? Wow.
No.
Was
there ever been?
Or
by my choice.
By your choice.
Was there ever one?
I think that growing up, and again, this is my perspective on it because she's never wanted to go to therapy. I've made the appointments. I brought the person, she canceled. She refuses. It's like, you have to come to me. And let me love you the way I love you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and that I'm not okay with that. I had to realize I'm not okay with that.
Wow.
But I tried it for a long time. So no, there is no relationship. I chose to completely end it about a year after my dad passed away, which is 2016. So it's 2017, and then 2022, I tried again. I'm lying. My son was born in 2021. I tried communication because I always said she would never meet my son.
Yeah.
I did open that communication. I brought him to her house the day he was released from the hospital. I tried again in 2022, and within 2 months, I was let down so bad that I said, I can't do this anymore. And I was just like, I have to cut everybody off.
Yeah.
That's really hurting me that bad because it was legal and it was ugly. And it's like, why do you hate me?
Yeah.
Like, what did I do to you?
Wow.
So, but it's still a daily thing to accept because it's not there.
You have a daughter and a son. So do you feel like you've broken the generational curse of that relationship that you had with your mom, or are you still walking through that? Because your daughter's like 19.
I had her at 18. I was so young.
Yeah.
So I have apologized to her many a times. I've gone to therapy with her and talked to her because I did a lot of the things that probably my mother did. A lot of the speaking down on you, a lot of the criticizing, a lot of the yelling, a lot of the hitting that now I'm able to see later on. I didn't realize what was happening probably until my early 30s when I broke into that. So I had to apologize to her and be like, my bad.
That's big of you, though.
And it's hard because sometimes I want to revert back to it. And there's times that I'm like, oh, shit. I shouldn't have said that. Or I'm sorry. But I constantly am there for her and I have to show her that I'm working on it. But now she has to also see me parent a new baby in a different way.
So different. Oh, that's so crazy.
Girl, now my son, I have this patience. He just got diagnosed with autism. I have to have even more patience for him. And she's looking like,
you didn't do that to me.
I got my ass
Do you feel like she's resentful or accepting?
A little bit. I don't think I don't know if she'll admit it, but I can only imagine that there has to be a little bit in there. Like,
human nature.
But also, I'm trying really hard now to do different for her.
I'm so proud of you.
More for her.
I'm so proud of you.
It's hard, though.
It's so
really hard, and it takes constant sitting in the mirror and
awareness. Yeah, you're taking accountability though. You're seeing yourself.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you said there's no relationship with you and your mom.
No.
But you do you have your kids have a relationship with her?
So I never stopped that. There was a point in time when I believe she was like 13, 14, my daughter, and we were having some issues and via text messages, and she was showing that to my daughter. I never stopped it. I was like, I'm not going anywhere over there. I'm not speaking to them anymore. I allowed her to still go. And when that part was, that trust was broken or that boundary was crossed of speaking to a child about adult issues, then I pulled back then.
Got it.
And that I was like, no. And then I gave her again the chance when she got a little bit older. Then she turned 17 and was wild. I'm about to be 18, be grown up. And I said, well, you're about to pick up the one thing you own here, whatever drawers you got on and shirt, and you got to get out. And I did kick my daughter out 2 weeks before her 18th birthday.
Wow.
And she decided to go to my mom's house.
Wow.
And that took about 8 months.
She was right back.
Okay.
Sure.
I said, right. It's like that woman, I know she hasn't changed because I haven't received anything. I've reached out and I've tried. But how much am I going to keep trying?
Yeah.
Right.
How much can I keep going? At the end of the day, I know that even when I was very intentional when I told my daughter she had to go to reach out to her. There were times she didn't want to talk to me. I still reached out. It's your birthday. It's Christmas. Let's hang out. Let's do things. How are you doing? How's your week? What do you have going on? Because I don't understand how my mother can go years. Birthdays go by, Christmas goes by, and anything, no communication. Yet your Facebook profile is a picture with me in it, and you're constantly putting up Bible posts.
Are you the only child?
What age did this start that y'all had this disconnect?
I think it's always been like
really.
that. Mm-hmm.
So does she treat your other siblings this way?
No.
So it's just you?
It's just me.
So what is the root of this? Like,
I think it comes from my dad. Me and my dad are very close. So I really feel that came from, and I am not your typical type of girl, right? I'm a creative. I was loud. I talked. I was, I have ADHD. So now I know that I'm a 30-year-old, but I was crazy back then. And I'm like, doing too much. I'm too much. So she didn't like that. And my dad and I were very close. So from the age, from what I remember, it was at age 12. My father, I don't think he was the greatest husband. He was a provider, but as a husband, that was on them. He was a cheater. And I remember being 12. We had gone to Puerto Rico for Christmas. And, we celebrate Three Kings. We were at a celebration. And we were standing there, and a little girl, I was 12, so she must have been maybe 10, walks up to my dad and gives him a hug. She was a brown girl, looked like me, kind of. And my dad hugs her back, but I remember his eyes were like deer in headlights. And my mom asked, who is that? And he just said, oh, it's a neighbor's kid or some guy's neighbor's kid. I don't know. And I was like, I'm 12. I'm not thinking anything, but I do remember like that conflict because there was always so much conflict and things like that. And my mom gave me $5 and she said, go buy her limber, which is like flips, those frozen flip cups.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, go buy her candy, essentially. Go buy this candy and go talk to her and you find out who she is and what she knows.
Wow.
I was 12. And that's the first time.
What did you find out?
I know. I'm like, well, who was it? Was it your sister?
So she was not my sister. She was actually my father's mistress's daughter that he had for 20 years. She told me that he bought her dolls, the same place that he used to buy me dolls. She slept in the bed sometimes next to them on the floor. Wow. He visited almost every day. He bought her a town over from the house that we grew up in.
A whole second family.
My dad actually passed away in 2016. Not with her because she's my dad. When he passed away, he was still with that woman. And that was 2016. And this happened in, I don't know, I was 12, however old I was.
Jesus.
So 1999. And so she just kept telling me all these stories about toys, jewelry that he brings to the mom. My dad was a jeweler, pawn shop. So she was full of jewelry, bought her houses, cars. So that was his woman. And she was her daughter. Wow. So I had to come back and tell this to my mom. I remember getting in the car. I'll never forget. It was this blue Mercedes, and it was in front of a friend of mine's house. And I get in the car and start beating on my dad. And my dad's like, tell her to stop. And my mom's like, no, she can hit you. Ooh. And I was like, okay, so I'm angry, but I don't know what I'm angry at. At 12, I can't process that. So she allows me to fight him. Then she fights. Then she's going off on him. And then it just became a cycle till my mid-20s, where I would literally get flown out to Puerto Rico to go beat somebody up. What? And it's like, I don't think she understands what that did to me, to constantly be put in the middle of things.
Well, she probably doesn't
child.
understand because she probably went through the same thing. So it's repetitive cycles.
Until
Somebody
somebody
breaks it, then no one's
Right.
ever.
And it's like a constant putting me in the middle of it. And we don't realize that. So I do try really hard not to put my daughter in the middle of my issues. I try to teach her from what she may have seen, but constantly being put in that. And my dad coming to me and I'm like, I would just go to her and like, just leave him. Just leave him. But my father was the provider and she couldn't leave at the end of the day. So I didn't respect that about her. And I'm sure there are things that I've said growing up, like you're weak or you are like, get a job.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you only depend on a man. And that made me the way that I am today.
Right.
There's
Like,
not,
no
oh,
man.
sorry, I touched my mic. There's not one.
Yeah.
There's not one man out here that I can say I'm going to completely just relinquish all my finances and you take care of me.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah.
Like, so I can be in her position?
Yeah.
No. And I feel like I looked down on her for so many years because of that. Now as an adult, I'm like, okay, she did what she had to do for her kids. But then we were grown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you still there? But I do understand there's that fear of,
So I've been here so long.
how do you do it?
You get
how
to
do
a certain point, you're like, this is just my fate.
Yeah.
Right. So then he passes away, I try, and she becomes now, has control of all this money that I walked away from.
Wow.
Your
Like,
mom has control over your
I walked away
dad's.
from a multi-million-dollar inheritance
Wow.
and just started my own.
For
Because
peace, though.
For peace.
it was 2 years of
I
hell.
get it, baby.
I get it.
I will leave it all for
I
peace.
leave
anything
And
for
my-
peace.
It's hard though.
Mm.
It's really hard seeing businesses that you grew,
Yeah.
that they're now like, it's ours, and it's just like, okay, that's fine. But you know what? Once I truly let go, my life has been on the up and up. And what I have now, I've seen 7 figures on my own.
Yeah.
And I still sometimes sit in it and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But money doesn't move me.
Yeah.
And I feel like the love of money, and when you're new to money, you always view that as something, as a tool to control others, you'll never get anywhere with it.
Yeah.
You'll still
Yeah.
be miserable.
Ooh, wee.
Wow.
Jazz, why was you?
I
Wow.
have nothing to say.
It was on and on the whole time.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes, yes. I remember the first time I had to sit with the fact that I had mother wounds because I was in denial.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, my mom and I just aren't like my friends and my mom. Like, we're not best friends. She doesn't do the things that my friends' moms do. I don't feel the gushy feelings that my friends feel. Like, it's fine. It's different. But when I started going to therapy and had to sit with it, it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because my therapist had me read a book, and it's Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers.
Jesus.
Girl.
You read that?
Yes, I have. There's
said I have. Yep.
there's another book that I'll tell you later.
I've
God.
to this day not finished that book because it is the most triggering thing to like read. It's like part of me felt heard and seen, but the other part of me was like, are you serious? Like, you think about this like narcissistic figure as someone that's like so outwardly visible, like someone that just like takes the attention from you or is like doing things like so publicly
Yeah.
that I
Obvious.
didn't experience
They're
that.
covert.
Yeah.
I didn't experience that. So all of the examples that this book had a list of 30 examples of like what a mother does to a child and how they make you feel. And I said yes to every single question of the 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I realized that no, my mom didn't intentionally do things to make me feel less than and like I wasn't worthy and like I was never good enough and like I was always up to no good.
Yeah.
But that's how she made me feel. She didn't love me.
Right.
She resented me.
Did you play sports growing up?
I did.
Did she go to your games?
No.
Mine was there, but every time I looked up, she was reading a magazine.
Yeah.
I hear my dad's voice, but every time she was in a book or in a magazine.
My mom wanted to, the thing I think that's like the most challenging and
Ooh, this is a crazy conversation.
it is.
Seriously.
I feel
Oh
like
my
it's hard.
God, I'm about to start bawling. I haven't even said anything yet. I'm like, this is so crazy.
It is. I feel like what's hard about
Oh
my mom is
God.
that she has characteristics that I love. And like there's this like good heart that she has. But she hasn't healed the parts
The
of
darkness.
her that take over that. But I've used this analogy before. Like my mom I think that there's a part of her that wants to be better, but not enough to change. And she'll give you flowers, and I would get flowers. And like growing up, I didn't realize, I was like, oh, we just don't have this like loving relationship. But then as I got older and as I evolved, as I healed, as I grew, I realized you're choosing not to change. You're choosing not to do the work. You're choosing not to show up to therapy. You're choosing to have to reschedule. You're choosing to have these appointments. That is not going to help us with our relationship. And I realized that every time I was getting flowers, sometimes they had thorns. And I wasn't paying attention to all the times that they were cutting me. And I had to just, we had such a toxic relationship. I was like, this is unhealthy.
Can you give me an example of like flowers but that were thorns?
Like, she would always, and she still does, tells me that she's so proud of me, that she's so proud of my achievements, that she's so proud of everything that I've done. But there's like this underlying resentment. And she says, like, I don't help the family enough. Like, I'm not close enough to my sisters. Like, I almost adopted my sisters.
Yeah.
And I did so much, and I've tried to provide for my family as much as possible. But if I don't take care of myself, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't pour from an empty cup.
Into them.
Right.
And it's always been that way, and it's always been so toxic. My mom brings out the ugliest side of me. And I'm just like, I can't be around someone that I don't like myself around. And I'm not my authentic self. I'm like, exactly. I'm walking on eggshells. I can't overshare. And the biggest conflict that my mom and I have is that she's negative and has like a negative mindset. And so I'll never forget one of like the arguments that kind of, because this happened for years, and like a lot of trauma was happening in my family, and we were going through this like traumatic experience that in itself was a lie. And that's where it really like amplified the conflicts that we had, and where I saw like character flaws, or I saw an opportunity for growth when she saw an opportunity to just be the victim. And I refused to become the victim. I refused to just say, this is where we're at. I was like, absolutely not. Like, this is not yourself. No, this is not what this is not what's going to happen to our family. And so I like pushed and I pushed and I pushed, but in that I was pushing her, and she didn't want to be pushed. And, it was years and years of that. And you know, we would have our times where like we could talk, we could go shopping, like we could do little things here and there, and it would be fine. We could go to lunch. But then like as soon as we had a deep conversation, it was like, I'll never forget. We were driving, something had happened to her car. And so when things happened, I'm the person that's called for advice, or like, do you know what to do? And something happened to her car, so we were driving to meet Jesse, who's now my husband, to like take it and figure it out. And so we're on the road, and she's like, oh, like, when do you think you guys are gonna get married? Like, it was a positive conversation. She's like, do you think you want a small wedding or a big wedding? Like, just, you know, casual conversation. And I was excited to talk about this. And I told her in that moment, I was like, oh, I've actually been wanting to do this thing where I want to do aerial at my wedding. And she's like, oh, well, don't tell people that. It's not gonna happen. And I was just like, you're my mom. Like, I should be able to tell you what I want to happen.
Trying to go find it.
And instead it's like, well, no, you can't. No, like you can't do that. It's not going to happen. Like you like, and then just starts telling me all the reasons why I shouldn't do something, or why I can't do something.
Not believing
but it's like telling me she's so proud of me on one side, but then on the other side, it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't trust that person. You can't talk to that person.
Yeah, like Ariel, stay in this box.
Ariel is very like physically abusive. Like you bruise from it and from different apparatuses. And if I had bruises, it was like, I hope he's not hitting you. Like, I hope you're not doing this. Sunny's my stepdaughter. She had like marker on her face, and it was like, I hope you're not hitting her. This like physical abuse it just came out of the blue, and it was like, there's always something wrong. I could never share
in your home growing up.
From her, yes.
Wow.
And I didn't ever realize until therapy. And I feel like in like Hispanic households, it's kind of like, oh, the chancla, like the belt, like
I had
it's
the can
normalized.
of beans. Little Goya across the door.
What is that? What is that?
Goya, can of beans.
Can of beans.
A literal can of beans. And my mom used to play softball and baseball. Like, bow.
Lord have
So,
mercy.
yeah.
I thought that it was like I knew it wasn't normal.
That's how I feel like,
We need
like
to call
I
somebody.
have had physical fights with my parents because I fought back, but I'll let you finish.
Jesus.
Well, I don't know. Therapy just like pulled
Opened
it
your
out
Opens
of
pen.
me.
But the thing with therapy is if you have this specific type of wound that we're talking about, once you open it, it's a Pandora's box. You can't close it back.
For sure.
No.
Once
Once
see
you
it,
start
can't unsee
feeling
it.
those feels, and I struggled with that for about 2 years, from 30 to about 32, because I didn't want to feel anymore. I'm like, put that shit back. And I would tell her that, and I would fight my therapist, and I'm like, I don't want to feel any of this. And I would go ghost for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to feel. I'm going to go party. I'm going to go do whatever. I'll rather fight with my boyfriend at the time and be physically abusive with him to not feel what I was feeling from this, because it's a realization that they will not change, and you will never have a positive relationship like you have with your mom.
Yeah.
And I can't escape it because I want to be happy for you, and I am happy for you. And I now have found someone who's like a mother figure I can go to.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Kinda, and then she gets into an accident, and now she's bedridden, and it's like, shit.
Yes.
What? But at the end of the day, it's like I will never have what you have.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I'd
think
have to
mine
create
just-
it.
I was just gonna say that, like, I was telling him I didn't even want to be on this part of the episode because I'm like, I can't relate. Like, I don't have mother wounds, but it's like my mom's a pastor, and so she felt this desire to always be the example to women like you and to you, and so I've always found myself
She's
having
so
to
important.
share her.
Yes.
You
She's so
have
important.
to.
Yeah.
Sharing a parent.
Because
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
know what it is
Ugh.
that you as a daughter received from her, so I can do that to my daughter,
Yeah.
because I don't know
Yeah.
other than criticizing her.
But then I just thought about something. It's like, because she was so great, I don't have mother wounds, but I have female wounds. And because I just always saw like this, my mom's amazing. She's a nurturer. She taught me how to be a wife. She taught me
I
how to
literally
be a
call her
mom.
Mommy on.
Yeah, Braylon takes her out on lunch dates. Like,
Yeah.
I've always shared her and always seen her in this light that, like, I always thought I just related it to females. But now I've been hurt by that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But it's
But
like,
still,
yeah, but females and the mother wounds, I feel like I have the female wound, but not the mother wound.
Yeah.
And it's like being able to, I've always like, me and my sister was like, we have to share her with everybody. Everybody calls her mom. And it's like, but that ain't your mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's my
That's
mom.
the thing, though.
But then you had to be okay with it because I saw that healing was really coming to people. We had people stay in our house, and she literally would take you and show you etiquette classes and show you how to be a wife and be like, you need to do this, and this is how
Talk
you
to
love
you
your
about
husband, talk to you about God. And it's like, I've seen it transform so many women, and it's like
Yeah.
encouraging to hear you guys
It
talk
is.
today. Yeah.
If I didn't have that experience, like, because I moved out when I was 17, and that's when I started living with like other people, and the way that the parents just took us in, like, that's fucking crazy.
I can't believe how other moms
It's
talk to us.
crazy, and
You're
they're
nice
just-
to me, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
do you need food? Are you okay? Like,
you're
how
like,
was your
me?
day? And you want to actually know. You don't want to judge. You don't want to
Right.
like criticize.
You just wanna
You don't
talk.
want to. You don't
Or
want to use it
praise
as
you.
fuel for something
I'm
else.
sure you have someone's mom that knows nothing about your business and is so proud of you. I've been in the podcasting world since 2017. Not once has any of my family members, well, my sister came in 2018. Not once has my mother, since we're talking about it,
Yeah.
ever said good job on the podcast.
Yeah.
I've had awards.
Yeah.
I've, completed so many milestones. I've produced for some of the biggest people. I've been with not once have I gotten a phone call or acknowledged that I'm no longer an accountant.
Mine is like the
Right.
completely opposite from y'all. It's
I
like
can't wait
my
to hear it.
mom yearned for a relationship with me.
Yeah.
And I was constantly pushing
So
her
crazy.
away.
Yeah.
Constantly,
Mhm.
because everything about her triggered me to
Trauma.
a
Yeah.
mistake she
Yes.
made when I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It led back to that, which I'm
Yeah.
not willing to open up about what that was yet.
But,
But,
but to at least say it
Yeah.
wasn't just a little mistake. It was
Yeah.
right,
a
mine
life-
was like,
it was
let's
life-changing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
It's not
It
like you're
wasn't-
just a tough cookie.
For
That's like, whatever,
sure.
mom, you messed up one time.
for
Like,
sure.
yeah.
It was like a major thing that changed our whole family.
Whole
But
family.
she healed, she kept going, and always yearned for a relationship with me. But every little thing about her triggered me. And recently in therapy, it was like a light switch.
Wow.
And she's so blunt. Sometimes
Yeah.
therapists try to take it slow, and she's
Oh, I
like,
love my therapist. She's blunt.
She was literally what she said was, she was like, you have to kill the idea you have of a
That was
mother
it.
Yep.
and love,
love
the
her.
mother that God gave you.
Yes.
So my idea of a mother is you,
Vina.
Vina,
Mm.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Like you're mimosas with your mom,
Yes.
best friends
Oh
with
my
your
God.
mom,
Yeah.
traveling with your
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
But I've done all of that. We've been to Dubai.
Well, I've never
We've done
experienced
brunches.
that. Yeah.
We've done
Never.
restaurants. We've done all of that. And most of it was my dad was still alive.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It was when my dad was still alive.
Mm.
But it was still backhanded. And I had this idea that, okay, it'll be good. And then right afterwards, it'll go
Sour.
Mm.
But that was the idea I had of a mother. And I'm like, your mom can't do that.
Yeah.
Every time you go and see her in this physical state, you're slitting your own wrist,
You
expecting
are.
her to
Yeah.
be somebody she literally physically can't be.
Mhm. It's
Like
impossible.
physically.
Yeah.
Like you want her to fly across the
can't
country
do
and you
that.
want her to have a mimosa. You want her to go jogging with you. Like, what are you talking
So
about?
she physically cannot do those
physically
things.
cannot.
Right.
Physically. Like, no, she can't physically do any of that, right? So it's like the idea I have of this mom.
False. There's no
It-
possible
you know what
reality.
it is?
Her
So
physical
what can you
state
do?
would
Right.
trip
Right.
right.
Right. Something,
Perspective.
what can you do?
Conversation. Those
Yeah.
things.
Right.
Conversation. Spend time.
Mhm.
Walk.
Yep.
We can go on a trip.
Yeah.
I just have to plan it accordingly.
Yeah, yeah.
And it can't be a 20-hour flight.
Right,
It has to
right.
be, like
An hour.
those things. But I'm telling you, the first time I'm 34 years old,
Mhm.
the first time I ever saw my mom different was literally 3 weeks ago when I went to see her.
Insane. I had
The
chills.
First time I saw her as a miracle and not a burden.
Woo!
Ever,
Amen.
ever
I
ever
love
in my
that for
life.
you.
Ever.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That is such a weight off your shoulders
It
too.
was
But it's still a
nuts.
journey because you're still going to yearn. I
Yes.
feel like you're still
Yeah.
going to yearn at times for those other things that you love, but you'll learn to love those things
who
with her.
she is.
Yeah.
Or just doing certain things with her.
Yeah,
'cause
some
she-
little things.
But I think all of you can relate to that. Not a miracle. You're not. What'd you say? A miracle, not a burden.
Yes.
It's like the perspective of something. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't be who you are today
1000%.
if your mom wasn't who she was.
1000%.
You wouldn't be who you are today if you
Yes.
hadn't gone.
I really try to be grateful, and I think that when
Mm.
Jesse and I got engaged, that's when things kind of felt more real because it's
Mhm.
you picture this
Was
wedding
she at your
and,
wedding?
your family. She was.
She came.
She
yeah,
came.
Yeah.
And I was scared because I thought that she wasn't, and we weren't talking at the time when we got engaged. So it was we took this break.
Mhm.
We tried to do therapy, and she didn't really show up. And I tried to my therapist told me after the first session, she never does this. My therapist is so structured. When the time is up, the time is up.
Hate
After
that.
our therapy,
I know. They be like,
session-
oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm still crying.
I'm like,
in the
I
middle
will
of the
pay for
tears.
the extra
I'm
big
mid-cry.
meeting.
Look, I got the money, I promise.
Yeah.
Come on.
the fees.
But after the first session with my mom, I'll never forget, she texted me. She's like, can you jump back on? And I was like, huh? I get on with her and she's like, how are you doing? Checking in with me. She's like, I just want to warn you that you're not going to get from this what you thought.
Jesus.
Wow, that would be so hurtful to me.
Jesus.
She was just she knew I was in a place ready to hear that
but,
because of all the work that, we
Right.
had been working on this leading up to this for years. I had been already going to therapy for 2 years
Lord.
before I tried to get my mom into it. And we did a couple therapy sessions and they did nothing because my mom was not willing to
Ready,
show
she wasn't
up.
open.
She went to the meetings, but she
Emotionally,
did not
yeah.
show up.
Mhm.
And you can't do anything if you don't
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
But that
From
happens
there-
with
was gonna
narcissistic
say
people
that.
because
But yeah.
where I don't know if
Yeah.
clinically she is, has that.
Yeah.
Right.
I did deal with someone else
Is that
and
a
I
clinical
saw a
thing?
2-year
Yes.
process
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
showing.
Wow.
It's a personality disorder.
Yeah.
Narcissism.
Yeah.
It's called narcissistic
Yeah, girl,
personality
if you
disorder.
research it, you be.
How
Really
can you?
mind
Are you
your
related
mom
to this in
narcissistic?
mother wounds?
Because you keep.
Yeah,
I
I
read the book. You're like,
I wouldn't. I'm not going to say that she is.
okay.
But what I'm going to say is that she has
Traits.
many traits that 100% are. Yes.
Okay.
Like a lack of empathy, the ability to not necessarily ever see where you're coming from, discrediting you, causing doubt when you don't doubt yourself. And she
Mhm,
adds the doubt in
mhm,
there, like how you were saying.
Mhm.
I never felt heard. I never felt truly seen. And I don't even know if she has the ability to do that.
Mhm.
And I always felt like I was trying to prove myself and it was never enough. So I think there's several other reasons I feel like that, but yes, I definitely think that the traits are there. I won't label her
For sure.
officially.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
You've had this
absolutely.
conversation with her or no?
I haven't. My sister has, and I haven't ever used that word for her, but I've definitely had all the conversations.
All the conversations.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
used the word
never
with anyone I
with
think
my
is
mom
narcissistic.
either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's definitely for me, yeah.
Because if it's a disorder, is it a choice?
I don't
like,
think they
can
have
you help
control.
It's a choice if you choose to want to acknowledge that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
But most narcissists don't acknowledge that there's something
You don't
wrong.
think there's something wrong.
Got you.
So
But that's
you're
a part of
saying
the
actually
symptom
it's
of
one
what
of the personality disorders that are the least likely to be able to change.
Because they
Because
won't
they
can't
don't
see it. They're
see
not
it.
self-aware. Yeah.
And they won't acknowledge it, so they're not able to go to therapy and be like, okay,
Jesus.
I want to fix it.
Because the
And-
first
and
part is awareness.
A lot
Right.
of the times there's a lack of awareness, so it's not intentional a lot of the time.
sure.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, and that's the hard part. And like with the wedding, for example, I wasn't sure if she was going to show up, and we weren't talking at the time. And like fast forward months and months and months, I had my engagement party. I told my sisters to invite her because they were still living at home at the time, and she didn't come. She didn't come to the bridal shower, and we
so
ended up
cute.
getting
So cute.
So cute. Like
Every day
and-
planned out, itinerary.
And as you're
outfits.
saying this, all I'm thinking is these are the places where we want our mom, where we need
We
her.
do.
Where your mom's supposed
But
to
you
be
know-
there. She's not dead.
But therapy, like, thank God I had such a great therapist and therapy sessions where I had to grieve my mom through the process of wedding planning. I had to grieve the idea of her.
The idea.
I had to grieve the loss of her. I had to grieve that it's not going to look how
you
I
want it to
And
look.
as
Think
soon
about
as I
this.
did that, though, as soon as I
Came
let go of the expectation of her, she started to show up in ways where I was like, you know what? She wants to participate. I know that I can't have her close because it's not going to be the way that I envision it.
Right.
But she is at least going to participate in my wedding. And so now our relationship is like an aunt that I see and talk to every once in a while, that I will or will not pick up the phone depending on like where my energy is that day. And we'll, talk for a minute or two about nothing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's like, I'd rather have that than nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm optimistic and hopeful that one day there will be more of a relationship there, but I'm okay with it not. I'm
Yeah.
healed enough. I'm okay with it. And I feel like I'm actually healing most of it through my stepdaughter, who I'm able to be who my mom was not.
Yeah.
I'm able to show up for her and love her the way that my mom could not show up for me.
And how does your mom handle boundaries? Because I know for me, setting boundaries with my mom is like a major trigger.
They
for
don't
her.
like it.
Yeah.
Like that
doesn't.
is like when we have the most problems, when I'm like, I've decided, I only want to speak to you on these certain days, or it's only because if the kids need something or you want to do something with the kids, like contact me then. We've had major boundaries that I've set, which is a huge step for me. It's very difficult. But I feel like that's when she really lashes out or like messages me every day. Like, I need this. You're not responding. You owe me a response. And it's very like,
I don't respond
need
if
to-
it's if my boundary is not being respected, then that's your choice.
Yeah.
And I will respond when I'm ready.
and that's hard.
There was a lot of
So
pressure.
hard.
There was like this like small thing that I would talk to my husband about, because I was like, I get so much anxiety. Not anymore, but before I would get so much anxiety when she would text me, because it's like I have to respond. I have to respond within like a couple minutes, because then if I
have to
don't
do it a
respond,
certain way.
she's gonna say like, oh, you
Freaking
never
out.
respond to me. I'm
Right.
trying, and
Right.
it's you.
It's you.
It's you.
God.
Right.
It's how you respond. It's that you don't respond.
Yeah.
And so I'd have so much anxiety, and it's like, this isn't normal.
Right.
Like, you should not feel this much pressure
Or a
to
text
respond to a
message.
text
Right.
message.
Ooh,
To
weird.
not say, when I did text her, you didn't say good morning.
Oh,
Like, you only talk to me when you need something. Or, oh, I don't like, you don't want to ask about how my day was. Like, it's never good enough. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I know. And it was hard. It was so hard for me to accept that it's not that I'm not good enough. It's
Yeah.
not a me problem.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing to overcome.
Yeah.
And that
It's
bled
just
into
you were a kid.
everything.
Yeah.
You
That
never had
bled
that
into
belief.
everything. Where
Yeah.
it's like I carried that with me for so long, and I was like so confident when it came to work, but like outside of that, I lacked confidence and I lacked self-love, and I knew that it came from not receiving it and not
Yeah.
having examples of it.
Yeah.
But as soon as I made the shift of like, this is not me, and it's not my responsibility to carry this weight. It is not my responsibility to fix what has happened.
you.
Yeah.
It is my responsibility to move forward and do the best that I can to not repeat this pattern.
Right.
It is my responsibility to not carry this burden.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not mine to carry.
There are two things that stand out to me. One, talked about grieving, and there is nothing like grieving someone
That's
who's
still
breathing,
here.
Who's still alive.
Yes.
Oh my
who's
God.
right there 10 minutes away,
Right.
who is still living their best life,
Yeah.
their best life.
Yes.
And it's like, you have to grieve them just like, for me, the parent that's gone.
For sure.
I experienced something, and I've never said this on camera at least. For a moment, and I felt really guilty about it. When my father passed away, I said, why him and not her?
Oh, Jesus.
And I felt so bad about that because that's not who I am. I don't care how much of an asshole you are to
Right.
me. How much of an evil. I'm not going to wish death on no one.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't understand why him. So grieving someone that's alive and not dead is a huge thing. And there was another thing, and Carla Fashion, I forgot.
Yeah.
So that one.
Girl, I'm about
Do
to
you
be
feel
right
like
there
you've
with
been
you,
able
but
to forgive?
That's what I'm gonna ask.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I started to realize. Thank you. That's what it was. You start to realize as an adult what she went through as a child.
Yeah.
And I started to realize
You have more
you went through some
something.
things.
Yeah.
Your mama did some stuff. Your
Yes.
background, where you came from poverty.
Yeah.
Like, both my parents came from poverty, and one had a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Again, not the greatest husband.
Mm-hmm.
And he was out there doing whatever he was
Which
doing,
is
but
possible
he was my
for
dad,
them,
not my husband.
Yeah.
You know, like that's your choice you made as a wife. But my dad came from poverty, had a great heart, gave love. My mom, it's like I was 115 pounds, and I would walk by and she'd be like, "Moo."
Wow.
They would moo that I was fat,
Jesus.
or it was like I'm in 3 basketball teams. I am running like all these
healthy.
things. I got pregnant at 17,
and even if I was obese.
So what?
Like, even if I was.
That's not the responsible mom.
Like
Jeez.
sometimes I thought it for a moment. I was like, do I have fat phobia? Because it was so wrong to be fat in this. But then at the same time, it's like, you looking in the mirror?
Yeah.
Because
It's
if I'm
projecting.
fat,
It's projecting.
what are you?
Yeah.
You know? So that would happen. So it took me
It's like, hold on.
to... it was so frustrating. So it took a long time for me to realize you went through something.
Yeah.
And you unfortunately don't have the awareness.
Yeah.
And you don't want the tools to do better.
And you don't have the tools always when you have gone through something. So I look at my mom from a different perspective. So I don't look at it like mother wounds as much as I look at it like, this is a continued cycle that I have a choice with my kids of how I will handle them.
Yeah.
So like one of my main things is that I always felt like I wasn't being heard. I wasn't being, I wasn't being seen. Like, I feel like I have done so many amazing things, even as a kid. And it was just like, yeah, but like, that's not really your lane. Like, you're just supposed to be pretty, or you're just supposed to be this, or it was never felt like, okay, you're supposed to do big things. There was just always very much, I was in a box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so for my kids, and you also see a different perspective as you have kids, where like how she talks to them, where she causes doubt with little stuff. They'll be like, I want to be an NBA player. And my mom will be like, well, like that's really hard. So like, what else would you want to do? And I'm like, no, he's going to be an NBA player.
Right.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But
LeBron
like, yeah, exactly. And he can say that. He's
Yeah.
right to.
Yeah.
But what I do is I obviously keep it in perspective to them. I say, oh, we have to work really hard to do that. Like, I'm not like a yes, mom. Oh, that sounds great. It sounds great. But I do think that for me, looking at my mom, sometimes I do feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that she is fully aware of how much she was traumatized by her own mother.
Jesus.
And I think that that's a really sad reality at her age, that she doesn't realize just how much like hurt and pain. Because she looks at her mom like, oh, I just love my mom. She was so great. But like my mom's mom was really hard on her and really put her down and made her feel less than always. And I feel like she doesn't understand. I think once she comes to terms with that, or takes a look within, but that she'll be maybe better towards me. But recently, actually like last week, she said something to me like, hey, I realize I've been doing these things to you, or I realize I've been really messed up after my divorce. She was with somebody for 30 years and finally got a divorce.
Wow.
And after that, it was kind of like a downward spin. It was like everything felt even harder with us. But I think that she's coming around, so I'm proud of her. But I do think that sometimes it is good to keep it in perspective of like, what tools do they have?
Yes.
Yeah.
What tools were they given?
They did the
What
best
confidence
they could with what they
breakers
knew.
broke
They
them?
did the best they
Yeah.
could with
There's
what
this
they
like
knew.
quote or like thing that I saw, or someone that like talked to me, and it's like, it's also their first time ever experiencing life.
Yeah.
Like just as how
Their
it is
first
for
time
us.
being parents.
And I think
their first time being
right.
adults.
I think for me, it's like, but I chose to heal.
100%.
I chose to
Yes.
go to therapy.
And that's the only thing I do hold against her.
But when you were
She's
also
like
raised in a
choosing to
different
heal.
generation,
It
like
is.
they didn't
It's-
face
Yeah.
these.
I had the
Yes.
resources,
So different.
and
Yes.
the mindset, and because of where I grew up, and because of, thank God I attracted the friends that I did in high school, that they had healthy
Families.
relationships at home that I was able to learn from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it all happened the way that it should. And I think
Right.
that what I resonated with, like what both of you said, and what's like challenging for me is that my mom tells me she's so proud of me. My mom tells me you can achieve whatever you want. Like it's so polar opposite. It's confusing. It's
Right.
like,
But emotional abuse.
Yeah.
That's emotional abuse will have you completely
Confused.
That's what the gaslighting. That's part of gaslighting. Like it's all like
my
It's
God,
a
but
constant
my mom's very positive.
But that's the spirit of manipulation.
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's chaos. It's constant chaos.
But if
within
you don't give them what they want, or you don't say what they want, or there's a
Jesus.
boundary
Or if
you
they're in a
set,
bad
then
day,
you see
A bad day,
yeah.
they just
but like it's crazy because it's like, how do you go from this to this?
Mhm.
And I try to like bridge that gap, and
Yeah.
it's like there's just a lack of awareness. There's and I don't know, actually there is an awareness because
I
she's
think so.
apologized to me.
Yeah, she's
Right.
aware.
But
You're very aware.
But that's manipulation.
I was gonna
It
say
is.
that.
Those apologies
I
are
We've
just
read up on
Yes.
narcissism.
Yeah.
I feel
there's
like she genuinely, though, I can feel that it's genuine, but also the envy and resentment is genuine as well. So in the moment,
It's like a
when
constant battle.
she has that battle. So no wonder
Uh-huh.
I'm confused, because I think there are times where she's so proud of me, and there's times that she resents me
Yep.
and is
It's both.
jealous.
And two things can
Jealous.
be true
Yeah,
at
At
once.
one
Exactly.
time, they can
and they're
But you have to
conflicting.
choose to heal the dark and not accept the dark. That's the difference.
And there's
Like-
deny. She's like, yes, there's darkness, but there's nothing I can do
not
about
that
it.
bad.
I've
that's what
tried.
I'm saying. You
Yeah,
can't just
I
walk
know
that
away.
bad.
Oh, it's not that bad.
not
Is
that
like
bad.
the favorite. It's like, well, you act like you had a drug addict mom. You act
Yep.
like I
Yeah.
was
I
was
doing
on a
that.
black eye.
You
Yeah.
act like
and
I
imagine
did
for
have
me-
a black eye,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if I didn't, it's
Right.
still,
It's
still-
like it didn't have to be drugs. It didn't have to be abuse. It
It
didn't have to
affected
be
me. It
sexual.
hurt me.
It didn't have to be molestation. All of these other things still affected me.
And
that
that's
I'm
why
still
the book
dealing
was so
with
triggering, because
at
it has-
34.
this book is like it's triggering because you think of all of these extreme examples, right? It's like, no, I wasn't physically abused every single day. I can count on one hand, but the feeling that I had is
The
the exact
emotion
same.
is the exact same.
impact
If
not
I had
worse.
is
Yeah,
the exact
exactly.
same.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
worse because people don't see it from the outside. Like, your mom is so nice. Your
What?
mom's so funny. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But she just hit me.
Like, yes, but like,
You don't get
Yeah.
it.
I said that before because with my ex, I had physical abuse. And I'm a mom. With my mom, I did too. But I just, honestly, I don't remember much of it.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
the can of beans because I was like, damn.
I remember that.
I remember this like long stick, like you know where the
Oh,
Do you
the
remember-
broomstick. I had a
Listen.
Oh, sorry. We didn't know that. She's like, yeah, the
It was whatever it was.
Don't tell it too much.
You know, like those backdrops, the inside of it is like that.
like the roll.
Yes, the roll. I got one of
Oh,
those rolls that
Jesus.
broke one time. And I remember being down and just getting up and grabbing it and swinging. It's like, well, how much are you gonna hit me?
Yeah.
Because at this
yeah.
point, I'm gonna hit you back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw the can of beans back. And I'm gonna, so
Yeah.
I started doing that later on in life, but that made me be physical abusive to everybody.
Mm.
From my
I've
daughter
seen
to
so
my
much
boyfriends
dark.
to my almost my grandma, my aunt, like everybody was getting it.
Hardened.
I was so
Jesus,
such,
Nana?
I call her Tata. She just passed away 2 years ago. One day, she'd be so. I'm like, I remember being like 19, and I'm like, I will fuck you up.
Right.
Leave
Wow,
me alone.
wow, wow.
Like stop.
Wow.
And it was mostly because she would force me to have this relationship with her. I'm like, don't you get it?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not good for me.
Yeah.
Like things like that. But that emotion. Okay, so what I was gonna say was that I got, and the internet got a little upset because I would say I rather physical abuse, not rather, but because it's not rather,
I
but
get it.
physical.
I get what
abuse.
you're
If you've been
saying.
there, you'll get it. It's like the bruise goes away.
But them words,
But you know what it
words-
is too? It's also the public's perception.
I was just gonna say
that's
that.
it.
You don't understand because you don't see a physical wound or a
Yes,
physical
you don't think
bruise.
anybody
You don't
hurt.
understand the
Yeah.
dynamic of the
A word.
darkest days, the words, the manipulation,
Right.
the
silent treatment,
the
the
silent treatment,
or
the
it's like
anxiety
silent
that you
treatment
have to go through because I didn't get punched.
Yeah.
So if I get punched, I can walk away.
Yeah.
You want me to walk away, you want to save me, but because it's emotional and mental
Silent
and
treatment.
all of that,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, they're a great person. No.
And it's
they're
easier
not.
for them to deny.
Yes.
They're like, I mean, all I
didn't do
said
that.
was da-da-da-da. Like, what's the big problem? And you're like, yeah, but that was
Thank
like,
you, God.
it's been months of this. It's been going on forever. Like, this is how
And
I
I'm
feel,
actually
like,
anxious all the time.
Yeah,
and I
like,
can't,
I can't ever feel
walk
comfortable.
in my light because I can't be my true authentic self.
Right.
I'm not even talking about my mama now.
But it's friendships or any type of
But it's
relationship.
trickles.
Even
Emotional
at
abuse
work.
in
It's
any
emotional
aspect.
abuse at work too.
Yeah.
You ever been at a job and there's like an older woman there and then they're so like, they're just like your mom and you're like, oh my
Attracted to
God.
that spirit.
And you get a text message and you're like, I don't want to answer them.
Yep.
How do I answer them? How do I say if I say something the wrong way, I'm like, they're gonna get upset or they choose to answer what they want. You'll send this long message and they answer one thing. I sent my mother an open letter I did an open letter on my podcast. I released it, I think it was 5 years ago. But beforehand, I transcribed it and I wrote a letter and I told her why I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote back days later and said, have a blessed day, Carla.
Oh, Jesus.
That was the first time I brought up that story of me being 12.
Jesus.
I brought up the story of me flying and like, you know, getting into this neighborhood.
She said, have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day.
Wow.
And it was like, and then whenever she'll send a message or a text, it was like Carla, and it starts with, why are you saying my name?
Right.
It's like an email
Yeah.
every time. There's nothing personal about it. There's
Yeah.
nothing loving.
Warm.
Yeah.
But there are
Nurturing.
2 books that I do outside of that one, Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers. There is Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents.
I heard about that book. I heard about that book.
I haven't started it because I was like, I need to
Can I handle it?
Do this
No,
one.
I started that book like 3 years ago. I'm not even
Do
kidding.
the audiobook.
No, it's
she's
just
like, can I handle the
It's
emotional?
so triggering.
Yeah. But that
Yeah.
bothers me when people are like you said, you didn't go through this. Don't diminish my trauma.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Me too.
Don't
Did you get
diminish-
sexually abused?
Like I
No,
was
but-
literally in the prayer corner for months, actually, like
What?
trying to get out of this situation.
Friendship
like
wounds.
friendship wounds.
That's
a whole
another
nother topic.
podcast.
Oh, man.
But-
That's one of
Yeah.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They're
be on
rounding
this
us
couch.
up. We have to cheers.
Okay.
Cheers. Can we
To go
have
to the
have a
next
happier
episode.
note?
That's what I'm saying. We're
Okay,
cheering.
can we ask
question?
Can I
Ask a
people to look
question?
for? I feel like in my 30s, books have been everything I wanted. So that one and Boundaries by Dr. John Townsend.
Boundaries.
Okay.
Boundaries. It's red. It's white with some red. Boundaries. Adult Children of Emotionally Abusive Parents and Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers.
The
Okay.
warning.
Start there.
So we
That's
talked
just
about all the bad things about the mother wounds. What is something good?
No,
what is
you
something
tell
that
us,
you
like-
learned?
You tell us.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Actually, I have
How is-
good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have. I mean,
What's the question that you're asking me?
No, I think that like as you know, I'm a stepmom. You 3 are moms.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with your child that is breaking the pattern of either what you experienced or like why did you feel so secure, loved, and taken care of from your mom? Like, what did she do for you? How did she show up for you?
She was honest in breaking the generational curse of her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She went through
so she didn't
experiences.
come from.
No, she was raised by her grandmother.
Okay.
Her mom was there, of course, and my grandma is amazing. Rest in peace to her. But she was very honest and open about like what, she felt lonely back then. She felt like her mom raised her. She came from an alcoholic family. Her parents were divorced. So she just chose to like be a better person.
How old is she?
She is 53, I think. 53,
I think I know. I always do that with my parents. I'm like
55?
60 something.
I don't know. But yeah, I think she was very intentional. Like she learned a lot of things from my dad's mom. So her mother-in-law, how to cook and all that kind of stuff. She was just very intentional, creating a nurturing environment. And I'm doing the same thing. And she was very just like, this is what you do. Like, and I will always tell her, I remember in high school, all of my friends was like, your mom, I don't know. My mom never talks to me about this. And I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, really? Like, come over. Like, my mom's going to teach you how to
Here
do
you are mad that everybody takes your mom, but also come on.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she
But
was
I think that's such a good. Well, I'm not to say a good quality I see in you. It's a great quality I see in you, but it's a quality I see in you. You're such a wife and a mom.
You are.
Like you exude that.
Yeah.
Like you exude like I'm like Shekinah is a wife.
yeah.
I don't see her being single. I don't see even though you just went through
I
a
don't even know
divorce.
how.
You don't know how. You are just
What do you do?
yes. Like
She like telling her thumbs, like,
I
what
don't
I-
see you ever in like a single state. Like
Yeah.
even though you just went through a divorce, I'm like I see you getting married soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
see you
Soon?
Yeah.
soon.
Shout out to you. I mean, you're
She
single.
said same. Like she is a wife. Like
Yeah.
you just exude wife. I'm
You
like,
do.
touch me.
Yeah. But then that's been like
But
that's
that's
a downfall
different.
too at times because it's like my dad was amazing too, but their traumas help them to be a better person. Like,
Right.
I feel like
They
Jilly, remember that
chose
conversation
the opposite,
Jilly was having?
yes.
Yes, they healed their traumas.
You
They
made me
healed
tell
their generational curses.
Yeah.
And so my sister and I were able to walk into a healed marriage. I feel bad because I'm like, I'm raising up my daughter now in a broken house. Like, her dad and I are no longer together. We're divorced. I never intended to go into that marriage divorce. I was a virgin when I got married. I did everything right. Never intended for it to be this way. But sometimes I feel like when you see an example of something good, you think that everything else around you is that.
Yeah.
I almost feel like when you
It's
see
like naive almost.
naive, green.
Yeah.
Like
That's
when
weird
you
about
have a
my
bad
kids.
mom, you're like, yo, I know exactly what that looks like and I'm never going back.
Mhm.
When you have a bad dad, you're like, I know what these niggas about and I'm never going back. My dad was amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like, well, this guy, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
way there's
No.
no
And it's like, no,
bad.
you
He's a
actually
liar.
are
They're
You
good.
are a narcissistic person.
Yeah.
You know, you're
You don't
control.
know what that looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, but I don't know. So I'm just so like,
The experience, it's like, it's weird because our trauma also gives us experience that we
Right.
can learn and grow
Right,
from.
and I think
then
that's
it's the
so good.
opposite at
Yep.
the same time, because if you grow up bubbled and like don't have those experiences, you don't know how to look for those flags.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yep.
how to like say, oh, you're a liar, actually.
but I was able to, speaking of that, it's like I was able to look at my mom in the space of gratitude.
Mm.
Because I was like, Mom, you're too nice. Like, why does everybody have to call you mom? But then it's like hearing people's stories and they're like, yo, like, this is my experience and I'm so grateful for your mom. And I didn't even know that it was a
part
good
of her
thing.
calling.
Yeah, it's a part of her calling. It's part of
It
her
is.
purpose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
But I
crying
never looked at
again.
it as a good thing. I'm like, why are you?
I'm so grateful for my friends' moms.
For
Like,
sure.
they saved my life.
For sure.
Wow.
They 100%. Like,
For
they
sure.
took me in. My mom Mags took me to get my driver's license.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Like, the importance of having moms like that
It is so
That
important.
can
It's
Oh,
so
just-
important. I
that
know.
can love a child just because they're a child.
Love you, Mom.
Right.
And,
Love
and
you,
they're not
Mom.
yours.
I know.
I had my son obviously 16 years after my daughter, and my friend's mom, Wendy's mom, she made me sancocho.
Wendy's mom, that's still your friend to this day.
to this day. Wendy's
Wow.
mom. She
Yeah.
is now. She had an accident. Now she is in a wheelchair.
Mhm.
But when the baby was born, she would come and make me food.
Mm.
And Wendy now lives in Miami, so she's in
Yeah,
Orlando.
yeah.
She makes me food, or she would come over and help clean.
Yeah.
Or like I can go over there today and I just sit down and talk.
Yeah.
And she takes
Yeah.
like that. Her house is a Walmart revolving door. She
Uh-huh.
takes in anybody.
Everybody.
We call them inquilinos. It's like just how do you say an inquilino in English?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. That's
Inquilino?
I've
never heard that.
Mexican, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's totally different. Just anybody from the
Yeah.
street or like people that have no papers, they're all in the house. She
Homeless.
takes- literally.
Yeah.
So- and I'm like motherless. I'm like, take
Yeah,
me in.
yeah.
And she does. And my kids, and I left Osam there one time. Thank God for her. And it was 12 o'clock at night and he's not sleeping. She's like, it's okay. It's fine. I'm like, you can't turn the TV off. She's like, it's fine. So she was willing to be there and to get that from someone else.
Yeah.
Those moms are important.
They
I
are
had those my
important.
whole
So your
life.
mom
Wow.
is
Yeah.
My
imperative
whole life.
for those of us that our mom just unfortunately can't get past
Or
that.
show up in
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She took my mom on a date and it was the cutest thing. My mom was like, and it made me, I actually had conviction. I was like, I haven't taken my mom out on a date in forever.
Years.
I'm like,
you
but
almost just take it for granted. Like my mom just
They
always
absolutely
say, like,
belong.
but
It's your
she
norm.
adores it. And she's like, my mom wants to be our friend sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, no, like your
But
grandma.
you have to understand, I don't have anybody to have these conversations with.
I know, and
That's
I'm so
older,
grateful
like
that
has wisdom. That is,
Right. But
Yeah,
it brings
that
me
part
back
has
to this
wisdom.
place
Yeah.
of gratitude because
Right.
I think that this is how life is. I
No.
think that this is what it's supposed to be.
Right,
No.
right.
Friendships like you make me realize like I need to be so grateful for my mom and
Yeah.
hold her so near and dear to my heart.
Mhm.
Take her out on dates, love on her so well, like
and
you
share her with
and
us.
share her with
Yeah.
me. I
Yeah.
do.
All right, you guys.
Oh.
We are cheersing because we are millennials. And we are one of the first generations that are facing this trauma, that are healing this trauma. We are cheersing to breaking the generational curses. These mothers, these bonus mothers, be praying over my womb because I want my baby in it.
Baby,
You feeling kicking?
last night.
I feeling kicking.
That's the food.
Isn't that a fact? Like whoever your eggs are already in you, so whoever my baby is already
Is
in
it
me,
there?
right?
No, for sure,
it's
it's
already there. Girl,
half a baby. So like maybe just the legs. You only have the legs. So the other half has to.
we are cheersing to breaking. Well, before we do this, cheers actually because this is y'all's first episode. Introduce yourself really quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Kind
God.
of just who you are, what you do. I want Carly
Yeah.
to do the same thing.
I am a mom. I'm recently divorced. I am an esthetician, so I had my own brow studio for a long, long time. Been an esthetician for 12 years. Had an e-commerce store. Been in corporate for a little bit. Just trying, and now I'm navigating life. Newly divorced, trying to figure out what this transition means for me. What's next in the season of trying to figure out clarity. And I don't want to be tied to like who I am, like what I do anymore. I want to be tied to like the person that I am. And just being Shekinah. I haven't been Shekinah as like, I'm always been like, okay, you're that, you're this, you're that. I just want to be me.
And stay in that journey. I know after we talked about yesterday, everything we talked about, I was like, enjoy this journey.
Yeah.
The journey of not knowing, the journey of you don't know
finding
your
like
that
I
is
think I'm
beautiful.
enjoying like I'm in a season of just self-employed, like not employed right now, but seeing the people around me that love me so much that are willing to offer a helping hand and willing to take care of me. And I've taken care of everybody all my life. And so this season is so uncomfortable because it's like, I'm used to being the one, hey, you got this, you got that. Like, girl, yes, here. Now I'm like, hey, sister, you got any gigs for me? Yeah, but it's like, it's uncomfortable, but it also feels good to know that the village that I'm surrounded by like loves me just as much as I love them. Yeah, and love me for me, not for what I can give or what I can bring, but just loves me.
You a little angel. You
You
virgin
are.
before you got married.
That's crazy.
I'm like, why did I do that?
Woo! Your list is just a blessing.
I got 2 on the. Okay, cut that.
That's a great number.
Why would y'all bring it back? I said cut it, and y'all said 2.
That's a great number. I mean,
That's cute.
beautiful. That's cute.
Very
I'm like, I'm over here
very
like,
mindful.
Baby, I made my list one. I stopped at 25. I said, God, whoever I forgot,
It is.
I rebuke
my
them and I
God.
get them off me.
Right.
And whatever
Wait,
else you put
25?
over, it's over that.
Hers starts with a 2.
I said, who is Mook Mook?
Mook wasn't there.
I said,
Well,
what
he
is his
remembered.
last name?
He wasn't memorable.
And I've been celibate for almost 2 years now.
I'm so
Okay.
proud of you.
Stop
Period.
that.
Didn't Drea say you can delete your wholeness?
Yeah, I
Wait, what you
I know.
Drea, you
Yeah.
can delete your wholeness.
You can
Yeah, maybe
That's
start
right.
over.
I was saying.
Born
The
again.
Lord forgives you.
I'm
That's
a
all
born
that
again
matters.
virgin.
I'm Carla. You heard some of my story, part of it. I am also a podcaster. I'm really excited because by the time that this comes out, I will be rebranded. My podcast will be completely rebranded.
Yay.
So,
cool.
and I'm coming back with my original co-host of 6 years ago,
Wow.
which is my best friend.
Wow.
I'm super excited about
So
that.
cool.
I'm a mom of a 19-year-old, a 3-year-old. I am the producer behind LTTA podcast. The start of the podcast.
Yeah.
So the podcast, I've been doing that now for 6 years, and I truly feel like I'm walking in my purpose with that. But I also feel like I'm in my zone of excellence at this point in my life, and I want to reach my zone of genius. So this I already
Cheers
do
to the Joneses.
with my out is closed, and I love it, and I'm good at it. So I'm
Yeah.
looking for my journey now is finding where I'm going, that it's my zone, true zone of genius, not just excellence.
Right.
And I have been really intentional about discipline, which you talked about, and curating my friendships and the people that I want around me, and compartmentalizing my friendships and not feeling guilty about
For sure.
that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Knowing who's for what and when, and really loving them for who they are.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then finding that back. So
Well, cheers to breaking generational curses.
Wait, sorry. Now we need a shot to break
Eyes.
Okay.
Look at my eyes.
Eyes.
Sweaty.
No, I'm celebrating. What they say? 7 years of bad sex. I can't. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the couch in the next
Cheers.
episode.
Yes.
I gotta pee.
How many bathrooms do we have? Lord. That was so good.
That was good. That was a hard one.
So proud of you.
So good.